I thought it the wisest course. Aunt Harriet has very definite ideas about certain things, motor cars being one of them.
She doesn't like cars. How does she get around?
She doesn't dislike them, Amy. Quite the contrary. She's altogether too fond of them, particularly when driven at very high speed.
Oh, calamity. The Father stands unknowing.
By banishing me at once, he could have thwarted me utterly. Instead, he allows me to remain one day. Felicity, my dear, how pleasant. Tea break. Well, what do you think?
Oh, it's a little hard to say.
Now, don't shilly-shally. Oh, I know the English version lacks something, but I doubt my chorus could manage the Greek. They're barely adequate in English.
Medea, isn't it?
What a very perceptive young woman. And you are?
Aunt Harriet, Marjorie Carson and Amy Carson.
Carson. Did you marry a Carson?
Not yet.
Quite right, too. Plenty of time. No good rushing into these things.
Actually, it's the wedding we came about.
Marjorie's kindly arranged a ladies' luncheon for me.
We hoped you might be prevailed.
Of course. Delighted. We'll have it in the long room. Oh, I should have thought of it myself.
Oh, Marjorie didn't mean that
Oh,
we
not
should...
at all. She was quite right to suggest it. I mean, there's no point in shilly-shallying. Best to come straight out with it. Yes, the long room will be most suitable. Are you feeling quite well, young lady?
Yes, I'm fine. Fine, thank you.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Then you must come again.
I'd love to. When?
Tomorrow? No, the day after. We'll be having a full dress rehearsal. Oh, good heavens, look at them. Ladies, places, please. A shame we won't be ready for your luncheon. I always think a little murderous passion is a great stimulation to the appetite. Shall I burn the house? Burn their bright...
Felicity!
I just met Tommy on the way out. Hello, Amy.
Hello.
You're joining us for lunch.
Just the two of us, my dear.
Oh, lovely. What have you got there?
Nothing. How you feeling?
Ah, wonderful.
No nerves?
No more than you'd expect.
I'm sure you'll be the calmest of any of us.
Oh,
If you'll excuse me.
Yes, my dear.
I have so much to do this afternoon. I have to go to the dressmaker after Delia and I have finished here.
Well, lunch won't be long. And I'm sorry I can't dine with you tonight, but I promised the boys. We're going to the club.
Oh, don't worry. I've got 1,001 things to do.
Does that hurt you?
Well, I haven't worn it yet this season.
Well, it suits you. You look like a young girl, a child. Oh, dear. I keep forgetting how young you are.
What's wrong, Godfrey?
Nothing, my dear.
Well, don't be afraid to tell me I'm anything but a child. Whatever it is, I'll understand.
My dear.
If you're not sure.
Oh, I'm sure how I feel. Well, it's just that everything the last few days reminds me how young you are. Well, I was married and starting a family before you were born. How can I ask you to tie yourself to me? It isn't fair.
I know what I'm doing. I'm marrying the man I love. Not through pity or friendship, but because I want to be your wife. If this is a way to let me down gently, I'll do as you wish. And let people think it was my idea to cancel the wedding. But I won't do it willingly.
That isn't what I want.
I told you the first time we met, you are the most exciting man I've ever known. Well, can't you see? For however long we have together, it'll be enough for me. Just so long as you love me.
I promise to look after you as long as I live. Yes, Gerard?
Excuse me, sir. Luncheon is served.
Mrs. Griffin will never forgive you if her souffle falls. Shall we go in?
I'm so nervous. I don't think I can eat a thing.
Come along. I think we can manage, Gerard. I'll ring if we need you.
Yes, sir.
Delia, that was the florist.
Yes, madam. He bought these as well.
But I didn't order them.
There is a card with them.
All the flowers you deserve and cannot carry today. With my love, Godfrey.
Shall I put these in the ice chest for a while?
Yes, perhaps you'd better. It's quite hot already.
My dear, you've hardly touched your breakfast.
Isn't Godfrey thoughtful?
When it suits him. Felicity, I asked you this question last time you were a bride, and I'll ask it again. If you have any second thoughts, tell me now. It's not too late.
Last time you asked that, I hardly heard you.
Don't worry about being embarrassed or what people will say.
I'm far too old and sensible for that to weigh against my happiness. And I wouldn't marry Godfrey if I didn't know it was the right thing for me.
Then you must forget any objections I've ever raised. I'm behind you now completely. You and Godfrey. And I hope you're both as happy as you deserve to be.
Now that we have your true blessings, how can we fail? Well, you'd better finish your breakfast and change. It's almost 9.
Yes. My bride may be late, but that privilege doesn't extend to her father, does it?
No.
Getting married must be mellowing, Godfrey. At least as far as I'm concerned.
I'm sure he loves you in his own way. You gave him his grandchildren.
And that's the only thing I've ever done that suited him. Still, since Christmas, we're closer, I think.
I'm glad.
Oh, it won't last. Sooner or later, I'm sure to say something to ruffle his feathers. But I'm glad you're marrying him, for his sake. I think it'll be good for him. And it will be good to have a friend at court.
Is Madam perhaps ready?
Of course.
Oh, just a minute. How could you be so calm?
Because I know after today, I'll be happier than I've ever been.